Hello everyone, this is Pooja Bua. Today, me and my co-presenter Payal Bhambaniya are going to present an article named on translating a Tamil poem by A.K. Ramanujan from the paper named Comparative Literature and Translation Studies. Before going into the article, let's see something about A.K. Ramanujan. So, Attipate Krishnaswamy Ramanujan was born in 1929 and died in 1993. He was a poet, scholar, linguistic, folklorist, translator, and playwright. He was known also as one of the gems of Indian English poet. His writing stands testament to the fast that he was extremely way of convention and was unafraid to experiment with thoughts and ideas. So to experimenting like this, he wrote this article, which is a Tamil poem translating into English poem. Not only that, but a classical Tamil poem into a modern English poem. So here are the two presenter, me and my co-presenter. So let's start with abstract. That this paper explores A.K. Ramanujan's approach to translating classical Tamil poems into English, acknowledging the challenges of bridging linguistic structure gaps between Tamil and English. So this whole paper concentrates on how to translate Tamil poem into English. He also gives so many examples of that also. Ramanujan highlights the interstices of Tamil poetry, emphasizing the interconnected relationship, landscape, cultural elements within each poem. So he says that not only translating it is important, but the other elements which is around it also important. He suggests that successful translation involves capturing this connection through the layers, resembling circles within circles. So in article, he also gave so many examples in which the N Kurunuru 203 is important one. Despite acknowledging the impossibilities of a perfect translation, Ramanujan argues that if a translation effectively convey the essence of poem across language, it becomes a valuable creative work. So in last part, he says that if a translation not happen completely or like origin, but in the end it will create something other which is more creative. It doesn't matter if it's not like original translation. Here are the key points generated by OpenAI. So here are some key arguments which is discussed in which is argued in this article. So first is, how does one translate a poem from another time, another culture, and another language? This paper doesn't just talk about interesting life story of writer, but also explore the process of translating all Tamil poem into modern English. This line is for this book from which this article is came from. In which way can we translate the poem? What are the units of translation? The other question is, what help translator to translate this particular question came into third part, which is like outcome of the article. In this article, he discussed two things: that when we translate, one is translating not only Tamil, its phonology, grammar, semantics, but this entire intertextual web, this intricate yet lucid second language of landscape, which hold together natural forms which culture once encode, grammar, rhetoric, and poetics. Second thing, he says that a Tamil poem is like a part of a big connected web that includes family, surrounding, and specific style. It means that a Tamil poem is something like, is not a translating a particular thing or event, but it also includes the surrounding of what happening around that time. So let's see this three part into detail yet in short. In the first part of the article, A.K. Ramanujan discussed translating classical poem, yet repeatness. He started this journey of discussion in this article by quoting the idea of Frost, that he identified poetry as that which is lost in translation. He also said that the chief difficulty of translation is its impossibility. And to prove this thing, he gave the example of N Kurunuru 203 poem in photo, that how it can translate it into Roman script, but yet we are not able to understand that. So for that, to understand it, we have to first look into sounds. All Tamil has six nasal consonants: a labial, a dental, an alveolar, a retroflex, a palatal, and a velar. Further, he compares these elements with the other grammar which comes into English language. With continuing this idea, he says that Tamil syntax is mostly left branching and English is like right forward. As we can see in this example, that in English it is the man who came from Michigan, and in Tamil Michigan from came who men, in a past tense like that. Translators try to keep the beauty of poetry when challenging it into another language. Like if we translate a particular poem, we also have to see the original beauty of that poem, not just the word to word. Tamil classical poem divided into two terms according to A.K. Ramanujan. First is interior, means akkam, and exterior means puram. Interior includes the poetry's elements like love, relationship, a family, like that. And exterior includes themes or elements like war and social poverty, like that. Further, he says that the classical Tamil poetic tradition maps its five landscapes, iconic regional landscapes, named for native plants, into a rich symbolic taxonomy structuring poetry, genres representing specific mood, time, season, loves, and wars. Means this five landscape represent the Tamil poems elements in it. Thus, a language within a language becomes second language of Tamil poetry. With this idea, he says that this landscape, which is surrounding with the elements of this particular poem, is it landscape is like a second language of that Tamil poetry. So we have also to see landscape around that time. He ended the first part by quoting William quote, an infinite use of finite means. It means that landscape is also important. With that, grammar is also important, syntax is also important, other things is also important. So to translate a particular Tamil poem to English poem requires so many things at the same time. So for further, I would like to call my co-presenter Payal Bhambaniya.
Hello everyone, this is Payal Bhambaniya and I am going to discuss further about this article.
Another camera. There camera. Slightly down camera. Can you slide sit down? Okay.
Hello everyone, this is Payal Bhambaniya and I am going to discuss further about this particular article. So, this article is divided into three parts. So, the second part is talk about how the A.K. Ramanujan translate this classical Tamil poem into the modern English language. uh, a closer look at the original poem of closer uh, if we look at closer of this poem and Kurunuru 203 in English what she said. So uh, the first word of the poem, Anaya. Anaya means literary meaning of this word is mother, which referred any woman. So Ramanujan said that the Anaya means not a mother but a friend, and the second word is water holes, means a animal drinking place. In the book Collected Essays of A.K. Ramanujan, in the notes, he said that the second section of the paper, the word water holes and animal could have been in the singular, for in Tamil neutral word map omit the plural marker. The word for animal here is ma, which also means a deer. The grammar of such a Tamil words makes them both general and specific, not either the one or the other. In this case, I prefer the generality of the English plurals in my translation, losing the terror totter of the Tamil singular plural. And third, he still could not bring the word sweeter in Tamil, Iniya, into the middle of the poem as the original does. The poem is Kurinchi piece. Kurinchi represent the characteristic of Tamil Sangam literature, means lovers first union set in the landscape. The poem speaks of the innocent young woman's discovery of sex in heels with her man. The mood and purpose of this poem. The first poem's mood is great wonder, and the purpose of poem is life's goodness. And the second poem's 204 mood is sadness, and the purpose is pursued the lover to marry her. 10 poems in the anthology in Kurunuru are part of 100 of the themes of Kurinchi by a single great poet, Kapilar. All the poems of a landscape share the same set of images and themes, but use them to make a truly individual designs and meanings. In the poem, we can see the different landscape, but it is a individual design and give a individual meaning. Any single poem which a part of a set, a family of sets, a landscape, a genre. Translator has to translate each poem in ways that suggest that this interest dialogues and networks. So this is all about the second part. The last part of this article, is like about the outcome of this article. What help translator to translate. So this uh, so the third part is divided into four ideas. First one is universal, second one is interiorized context, third one is systematicity, and fourth one is structural mimicry. The first one, universals. In the article, the universals of structure in both signifier and signified are crucial for understanding how languages works and what they mean in different cultures. So the universal means the overall theme of the any literary work in any languages. So the signifier and signified are crucial for understanding how language works and what they mean in different culture. Signifier means grammar, and signified means particular theme of any work. As Voltaire said of God, we would have to invent them if such a universal did not exist. If the universality not exist, we cannot translate any work. Second one is interiorized context. The simple meaning of this interiorized context means intertextuality. The classical Tamil poem encapsulate the culture that produced them. To to fully understand this poem requires studying the intertextual web of commentaries and grammars that contextualize and interpret them over the time. And third one is a systematicity. Systematicity is referred to a system of a poem. Classical Tamil poetry form highly systematic bodies of works where poetic elements interconnect within a master code. Rather than translating an individual poem alone, it is best to translate cluster that shed light on each other. So the intertextuality allows the translator to represent the conceptual world these works create. In this, Ramanujan want to say that if we want to translate the poem, many poems, so many Tamil poems, so we need any particular theme. For example, uh, uh, writers like Yeats and Blacks, they are belong from the romantic era. So the common theme of this writer is romanticism. So in Tamil we have to we want to translate the, so the common thing is need is to overall theme of poems. And the fourth one is a structural mimicry. The most important task of the translator is to mimic the unique structural figures of individual poem to convey relationship rather than isolated item. Structural mimicry is a chief work. Though a translation may not perfectly represent the original, if it succeed in carrying the essence of the poem across languages, it has value as a separate creative work. We cannot translate in a original meaning, but we create other some other meaning and other poem. So it is all about third part of this article. In conclusion, translating classical Tamil poem into modern English, as discussed by A.K. Ramanujan, is a challenging process that extend beyond languages. It captured the intricate web of culture and neutral element through phonology, grammar, and semantics. The complexity of Tamil poetry is a part of connected web suggesting that translation should reveal this relation in layers, resembling circles within circles. Linguistic challenges such as sound and syntax, Ramanujan emphasized the impossibility of a perfect translation. Ramanujan recommends translating cluster of poem to capture the systematic and intertextual nature of classical Tamil poetry. In the end, he said that while recognizing that translation may not perfectly replicate the original, it asserts that if it is successfully conveyed, the poem's essence across languages is held value as a distinct creative work. So, thank you. These are the references. Now, the platform is open for a question.
Payal, my question is technology beneficial for translation? And if so, in what ways does it enhance the translation process?
Yes, technology is a beneficial for translation of any particular text or poem. For example, we can use the translation machine or Google, but at some point we cannot understand or give the give the original meaning of particular word or sentence. For example, if we translate a Tamil poem, we have to know about their culture and historical place, as well as historical events. So the technology is useful, but if we want a perfect translation, we have to need a contextual human for translating a poem or any text.
Pooja, what actually does Ramanujan mean by poetry translating poetry and describing translation as metaphor or an act of carrying across?
Hmm. So, Ramanujan's point of view is like poetry translating a poetry. It means that as he translate whole Tamil poem into English poem, totally into English poem, but somewhere the idea of that particular poetry is conveying the translation of poetry. We can find elements or signals or signs in that poetry, that how we can translate this poetry. Of course, some things are necessary for the translation, like we cannot translate word to word. We have to see the aesthetics as well. We have to see other things as well, that what is a main point of that poem. We have to convey the point, not word to word translation. So poetry translate itself in that manner. And translation, he used translation as metaphor, that a particular poem, for he used this word translation as a metaphor, that I'm able to understand, but cannot able to convey it. Sorry for that.